Welcome back to this edition of Inside the Zone. We got something special for you now. That's why we got rid of Glenn. We're coming up on the 5th year of Komets Kare Package. And Komets Kare Package is a program that we started where Komets fans can donate items to our troops serving overseas. And with the help of the Indiana National Guard and Steve Kingsley, we get the products over to them as quickly as possible. And Steve, why don't you tell us about yourself a little bit? What do you do? What's your rank? Where are you stationed? How many times were you overseas?
I'm an E8 Master Sergeant. I've got over 20 years in. I've got one more year of active duty to do. I'll retire next December. We take the goods that they donate, and we work with an organization called Hoosiers Helping Heroes out of Kokomo, where I'm stationed at now. And they take it, and they get donations for all the postage. So any Indiana soldier that wants to receive a care package can either go to their website or have somebody sign them up, and they mail the packages out to them on a regular basis. And it's no money out of anybody else's pocket because it's all donated postage. So it's a really good program. It's hard to describe what it means to get a package when you're overseas and you're away from home. Whether it's from somebody you know or somebody that you don't know, it's always nice to receive something from home and a little piece of home.
Now, Steve, you had how many tours overseas?
I did 1 year in Afghanistan.
And if you go to the New Sentinel website, our Komets page, you can see a story we did on Steve and some interviews we've done with Steve before about we sent them, the Zimmerman family sent them all these Comet flags and stuff and posters and things, and they basically, you guys put them up all in your bunks and stuff.
Put them up in there, put a street sign over my office for the short time I had an office, and then we put license plates on the vehicles that we drove.
You've never seen a more imposing tank than a Komets bumper sticker.
And also, you know, we took T-shirts that they sent us and took pictures in the up-armored vehicles and stuff and sent back to them. Komets have been great through all this, the last 5 years. You've put a lot into it. And I think it's a good cause, and I'll continue to do it as long as it's out there. It's my way of putting a little piece back.
What are some of the things that when you were over there you guys appreciated receiving?
Well, when I was over there, it was really early. It was the second rotation over there, so it was when things were pretty scarce still. So you use a lot of baby wipes, powdered drink mix.
Explain to people why you use baby wipes.
Early in the war, you had no showers, no running water, so you basically took a bath out with wet wipes and water. It was better than nothing when you were out in that heat.
And then you guys also use those on your equipment too, right?
Correct, you can.
That's crazy. It always struck me as that you guys are essentially responsible for purchasing your own underwear and socks and T-shirts and that kind of thing, correct? I mean, you get some supplied, but not...
Basically, you get your uniforms and your boots supplied, all your undergarments and soap, shampoo, that's all bought. So what we send over to them, that just saves them a little bit of money and lets them buy something else that they may want that they don't get in the mail.
And another thing is, you know, it's crazy. The things that are the most appreciated, I keep hearing, are the entertainment things, like magazines, books, video games, music, those kind of things. Any kind of things to pass the time.
Right, a lot of it's music. I mean, when you're out on missions, you listen to music as you're walking, driving. And last year we had some people that donated video games. A lot of movies, DVDs sent over, a lot of hard candy, just stuff that won't spoil.
Yeah, I mean, here's another idea is Legos. I heard from somebody this week who said that they got the bubble sheet stuff and, you know, with the wands, and they had fun doing that. It's just anything to keep their mind busy during the off times when there's just nothing to do in the desert, essentially, right?
Right. And then when you do something like bubbles or something like that, you take them with you out in the villages and show the kids, you know, let them try it. And it seems really silly, but that kind of builds camaraderie between the locals and the soldiers that are over there.
Yeah, and then tell them about the way you guys used to play hockey over there. I mean, they built a rink in the desert.
We were stationed with the Canadians at the beginning of '04 when we got there, and it was the year of the Olympics. So, of course, the Canadians built a plywood rink, wood floors, wood boards. I mean, there was no give in any of the wood. So it was no skates, of course, but your feet, and you ran up and down the rink. And it got pretty bloody towards the end of the finals. I mean, the Canadians broke some noses of each other's, and so it was a little piece of home, and it wasn't the real thing. But
did anybody get a Purple Heart out of that?
No, those are extra activities. You can't get those for.
Lots of splinters, though, huh?
Oh, yeah, and a lot of bruises.
What kind of sticks?
No, they had regular hockey sticks, had regular hockey gear for the goalies and knee pads.
Can you imagine playing goalie in the desert? Oh my gosh, you'd lose so much weight, it'd be unbelievable.
Oh yeah, so I mean, they had everything really. I mean, a lot of it was just street hockey gear, but everybody their protections on their legs and elbow pads. So you got a little protection, but not much.
How many teeth got lost?
I don't know. I didn't see any, so I'm not sure.
Well, that's great. The dates this year are going to be December 22nd, December 27th, and December 29th. So we know it's going to be kind of hard around the holidays. So we're asking everybody to pitch in. The News Sentinel, the Komets, and Wayne 15 are all pitching in this year to help with this. We've gotten over 100 barrels of things over the last 4 years. It's just been unbelievable. We'll have the National Guardsmen there each night to help with all this, and people can come up and meet them, and it's just an amazing thing. I mean, we never thought this would get to be this big when we started. It was kind of like, well, let's just throw it out there, see what we get, and the response has been overwhelming.
Oh yeah, the fans are great, and like I put on your blog around Veterans Day, you know, Veterans Day is a special day for most of us veterans, but it was a special day for me to say thank you to the Komet fans, the organization, you, Blake, and all the sponsors that are getting involved in this year, because I don't think anybody really understands, unless you've been there, what it means to have somebody that cares, that don't even know you, to send you stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good cause, and I think it will remain a good cause.
We're going to have stories in the paper all through that week when it happens. You know, if you can't donate anything specific during the holidays, that's completely understandable. Everybody's budgets are tight. Write a letter. You would be shocked at how well the letters are received and how much they mean to those guys. We're going to have a story next week with Donovan Miner, who just got back to Fort Wayne in September from serving in Afghanistan, and Donovan has a box of letters that he kept from all the people who sent him letters over the years. And you know, it's just, you just cannot imagine how something that simple can make that big of a difference. And it's really a special thing, and it's a really humbling thing to be able to do this for the troops too. I mean, it just helps. You know, you just can't explain how it makes you feel to know you've been able to do just something a little bit to help them through their time of serving our country, and they're sacrificing so much for us. We can sacrifice a little bit for them.
Right, and you know, it's really amazing the outpour that we've had over the last 5 years. It just seems to get better and better every year. And like I said, I think the Komets have, you know, the best minor league sports, and probably better than some major league sports turnouts and the support that their fans give to the organization for things like this.
Yeah, it's going to be December 22nd, 27th, and 29th. It will not be included in the New Year's Eve game. Those are Wednesday, Monday, and Wednesday games. So it's not going to be on a weekend date this year. So anybody that can give us anything, that would be greatly appreciated. And people can actually specify if they want it to go to some Indiana folks, right?
Correct. If they have a soldier that's over there, they can give their name and address to us, and Hoosiers Helping Heroes that ships the stuff out will be there help collecting those nights also.
Yeah, you can't get any easier than what we've got it set up for. Steve and those guys are all there, and they take care of it. It's just amazing how efficient it's gotten to be, and we've gotten some letters and some responses back from the troops and such, and it's just a very humbling experience and a very overwhelming experience to be able to be a part of it.
Oh, well said. And we thank you for all that you've done for the soldiers too, Blake.
It's easy. We try to make it as easy as possible for people, and it's really been great. We'll let you know how it turned out in the end too. So maybe we can get Steve back and we can talk about how well we did and where the things are going and that kind of thing. We'll be back next week with more Inside the Zone with Glenn.